WRA presented their initial recommendations on how we can create better pedestrian and bike routes throughout the city of Erie. We had great conversations with area residents at every stop we made, and we also gained valuable input from them into the pedestrian bike plan that will be completed in the next few months. All of the workshops, except the very last one, were conducted outside, and included 6 posters that described WRA's initial recommendations for us. We started at Frontier Park, then biked to the Sisters of St. Joseph's Three Sisters Park at 430 West 19th. Then we went over to McKinley Park on the east side, and then up to McClellan Park, which is the furthest east and south that we got on the bike trip. Then we went to the park, which is across from the East Middle School, and finally we ended up at the Erie Maritime Museum, where we were inside at the public library building. So we biked about 15 miles over the course of that day. Transportation plans are critical for every community. It connects people to places that they need to go and people that they want to see. Everyone has the right to travel safely to their destination, whether it's by foot, by bicycle, by bus, or by car. My team and I envision a network of streets that are beautiful, comfortable, interesting, and safe routes that people love to travel. I would like to thank the Active Erie Steering Committee for their hard work to make Erie streets better, safer, and more interesting for all of us, especially for pedestrians and bicyclists. Finally, I want to thank our consultants from WRA for the great material they presented at the event. I want to thank Kathy Rosdeck, the city's planning director, for leading this initiative, and Frank Stramiller for organizing and publicizing this incredible event. To learn more about the Active Erie plan and to provide us with more valuable feedback, please visit activeerie.com. Last week, the City of Erie, in collaboration with Erie Arts and Culture, put out an RFQ to find an artist for the City of Erie Bandwagon Vinyl Wrap project. This week, we're happy to have Kelly Armour, Erie Arts and Culture's Folk and Traditional Arts Director, here with us to tell us about the placemaking projects they are facilitating around the city. So next, I'll turn it over to Kelly.
Thank you, Mary Schember. So Erie Arts and Culture was awarded a prestigious grant from the Doris Duke Foundation for Islamic Art. And it has funded a variety of initiatives to work with artists from Muslim countries, Muslim majority countries, who now live in Erie, and to help those artists better share their art with the wider community. So this has included residencies at the Erie School District and at McDowell High School, and it has also meant we released some videos for World Refugee Day. They participated in the Erie Blues and Jazz Festival. But our next initiative is very exciting in searching for ways to expand the artists' visibility in these very challenging times. Our director had the idea of having them partner with one of our many local ethnic markets and to create improvements for the facades of those markets. So the first one is completed. It is done by Nawak Athau, and she is from Sudan, and she is a henna artist. And henna is that beautiful temporary tattoo that goes on women's hands and feet. And for Nawak, it can be really tricky to keep her henna tradition going in this very cold climate of Erie. So we're exploring different alternatives, and I asked her if she knew of a market that she could work with, and she jumped at working with the Lake Erie International Market, which is owned by a man from Sudan. It's located at the corner of Brown Avenue and Cherry. And she has known him for many years. He was very, very open to her doing something around the doorway of the shop. So now, if you drive by there, you will see a beautiful henna-inspired design that frames the doorway. Plus, both Nawak and Sheikh Abdallah identified that they needed seating right outside the market. And so we contracted Armando Reyes, who is a local woodworker, to create a bench, which Nawak has also painted with henna designs. Nawak has never worked in paint before. She is a traditional henna artist, but she had assistance from 4 of the women that helped create the 19th Amendment mural right across the street here from City Hall. And those women just jumped at the chance to be able to work with Nawak, to mentor her on the technical aspects of the mural. But they really let Nawak take artistic control. And I must say, I'm very impressed with how Nawak had a really firm vision of what she wanted to see. We have 2 other artists who are now currently partnered with markets and working on their facade improvements. One is Ali Al-Mashmi. He is a fine artist from Iraq, and he is doing a mural at the UK market, which is a Bhutanese-owned market. And his mural, I think, is going to be quite beautiful and is going to be contrasting the cultures of Nepali, Bhutanese, and Iraqi and African people. And Ghada Hussein, who is an Iraqi fine artist, is going to be working with the Al-Madina market, which is on 24th and Parade. So we're excited about that. We'll have a ribbon cutting ceremony for Nawak's mural on Saturday at noon.
Thank you very much, Kelly. That's very exciting work. I look forward to attending that upcoming dedication ceremony and seeing some of this great artwork popping up all around the city. You and the whole team at Erie Arts and Culture are doing great things to make our city more welcoming and vibrant. We really appreciate that. You're also showcasing our rich cultural diversity, which is one of the things my team and I really are proud of for Erie. So keep up the great work, and thanks again for being here today. Autumn is a season that shows us how beautiful change can be. The leaves seem to be especially vibrant this autumn. I'm thrilled to announce that Erie residents can enjoy the beautiful autumn leaves this weekend at the Erie Downtown Partnership's Fall Fest. They have done a great job of adapting this year's Fall Fest to COVID-19. The Downtown Fall Fest will take place this Sunday, October 25th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now I'd like to invite downtown Dave Tamalonis and the co-founder of Erie Operating Officer of the Urban Oasis Project, Faith Kindig, to tell us more about the Downtown Fall Fest. So now I'll turn it over to Dave and Faith. And if you don't understand Dave, if he doesn't look familiar to you, he's changed a little bit, his hair, but it is Dave.
Thank you, Mayor. I did get a haircut. I'm feeling fresh today. So Fall Fest will be different this year, just like everything else in 2020, but we are taking the opportunity to hold this as an in-person event based on the success of our downtown farmers markets that we held this summer. We had a number of vendors setting up in Perry Square every other Sunday, and all the vendors and the vast majority of the attendees were very considerate and compliant with all safety regulations. So hopefully we can continue that. Fall Fest is this Sunday, October 25th from 11 to 3 in Griswold Park across from the brewery at Union Station. So that's different from last year. It was on State Street last year. And last year's event on State Street was a much bigger celebration. This one will be different with, it'll primarily be a farmers and makers market with local handmade goods and crafts. This gives over 20 local micro businesses a chance to sell their products during a year when opportunities to sell at flea markets, farmers markets, and the like have been sparse. So we're glad to bring those vendors downtown and give them access to the downtown market. All guests attending Fall Fest are required to wear masks when interacting with the vendors and with each other. If you are not wearing a mask, you will be asked to put one on before you can interact or purchase items. The Fall Fest will also be set up in a way that you can sort of move through it. So we're not, like last year, there were a lot of musical performances and events to watch. This one is more meant to be an event that you can kind of walk through, enjoy your time, buy some crafts, maybe get some food, and leave the event. So we're encouraging not encouraging large gathering. The market will also have food, some performances, candy giveaways for children, costume contests, and Faith here, our partner from the Oasis Market, will talk to you about the activities in detail.
Good morning. So we're excited for the second annual Downtown Fall Fest. Last year was the first time that we partnered with the Downtown Partnership and the Box to throw the event, and it was a great success. We, like Dave stated, we do have to scale it back a little bit to make it COVID-19 safe, but that doesn't mean that we still can't have a lot of fun and a lot of fun for families. The weather on Sunday is actually looking really good, so I hope that you can dress your little ones up, give them another opportunity to enjoy the Halloween spirit and have a good time. So we are going to have some live music with Annalise Vaughn and Skylar Otto Smith. And we do have a few farmers joining us: Birch Farms, No Dirt Farms, Legacy Hydroponics. Some of the local businesses we have are Yield Sweet Shop, Sunday Vegan Desserts, and more. We will also be accepting SNAP benefits. A lot of the vendors that are going to be there selling food items will also be accepting SNAP benefits, so it'd be a great time to come down and get some treats that you wouldn't necessarily be able to get any other day. And Birch Farms will be taking the FMNP vouchers. Those are due in November, so they only have a short time to be able to bring them in. So it's a great opportunity to get some local produce and cash in your vouchers. We also have the Q Abides and Tuxedo Dogs joining us, so we'll have some food trucks there. And as Dave stated, we have over 14 other craft vendors. So it's a great time to get a jump start on some Christmas shopping and support your local businesses that really haven't had a chance to go out and sell a lot of items or haven't seen a lot of foot traffic lately. Some activities that we have are costume prizes throughout the day for the little kids. We're not going to do a traditional parade, costume parade, so we don't have to do the 6-foot distancing with kids. That could be a little difficult. So we're just going to hand out prizes throughout the day: most creative, scariest, funniest, and they'll be able to pick prizes from a table. We are going to have a drum circle by Joyous Spirit Yoga by Valerie. Jack Frost Donuts is going to sponsor another giant donut eating contest. If you were there last year, you know that it was a lot of fun and it was really fun to watch. And we're also going to have a carved pumpkin contest. So if you bring in your carved pumpkins, you're going to be able to submit it to be judged, and you will get a prize if you win. We'll also have some giveaways throughout the day whenever you stop in. You don't have to stay till the end to get the prize. We can call you and you can pick it up. If you just want to check out the Oasis Market Facebook page, follow the Downtown Partnership page. We'll have a schedule of the events, and we hope to see you guys down there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave and Faith. It really does sound like a great event. I think everyone will surely leave this event with great memories as well. So I hope everyone will come on downtown to the Erie Downtown Partnership's Fall Fest this Sunday, October 25th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you're interested in becoming a city firefighter or policeman, the City of Erie will conduct a virtual career fair via Zoom next Tuesday, October 27th at 6 p.m. Here to tell us more about the career fair is Police Sergeant Tom Lennox. Tom.
Yes, good morning. It just seemed like a couple months ago where I was standing up here talking about the recruiting process as it relates to becoming a police officer in the city of Erie. With that being said, it is true. I was up here a couple months ago talking about that. So with that being said, this is just a perfect example, and it's testament of this current administration that although we've given the test August of 2020, we're hitting the ground running immediately. Myself, Michael Outlaw, community liaison, we're wasting no time with getting the information out to the public as soon as possible, especially as it relates to the minority and African American community. The good news is the Police Academy, they've opened their application process for the January of 2021 Academy class. That police academy is typically held at Mercyhurst University, Mercyhurst Police Academy, which is located in northeast Pennsylvania. Throughout the fall, they've had particularly 8 to 10 informational sessions. When I look at the schedule, there's one more informational session to be held November 4th. And again, that is at Mercyhurst University Municipal Police Academy, located in Northeast. And there's 2 separate times for that informational. That is 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. The good news, as the mayor just stated, is on Tuesday, October 27th, from 6 to 8 p.m., there will be an informational virtual Zoom informational setting as it relates to recruiting in the fire department, the police department. Also, there'll be information provided on what the application process is going to look like or would look like for any potential police cadet or anybody that has any interest in applying for the 2021 Academy class. Excuse me. So during the informational session set up through the Academy, basically Bill Hell, who's the director out at the Police Academy, he's going to go over with each individual, basically on how, or information on how to apply for federal funding, which is better known as FAFSA, stands for Federal Application for Federal Student Aid, which would help assist you pay for the Academy. Also, what needs to be brought during the application process, which is required, is your high school transcripts through your high school guidance office, which would be submitted to Mercyhurst admissions office. If you've currently attended any college, you must supply each college transcript as well. So whatever university that you attended, you're going to have to bring those transcripts out to the Academy to get the process started. If you currently are a veteran and you plan on using any military benefit, you must submit your DD-214 and letter of eligibility during this application process. And in order to complete an online Police Academy application, you can go to mercyhurst.edu, register at the Municipal Police Academy. During this process, each applicant will also be required to do a standardized reading test, which takes approximately 15 minutes. You're also going to be required to do a psychological. In addition, you'll have to successfully pass a medical and physical examination by your doctor, a successful pass of a drug screen, obviously got to demonstrate no disqualifying or criminal history, have a valid driver's license or an official driving record, and you have to demonstrate that you are United States citizens, which you'd have to bring with you a valid driver's license, a social security card, and a passport. Once this whole process is complete, the Academy, they'll set up an interview, and at which point each applicant going to display proper demeanor, attitude, and personal interview with the Academy class. So as you can see, it's a very simple process, but the good news is we do have time. So I would encourage any potential applicant to, go onto our city website. If you could get information with regards to that Zoom meeting on Tuesday the 27th, more information will be provided during that informational setting. So that's all I have to say, unless, Michael, you have anything more to say? All right, thank you for your time. And if you have, and one last thing, if you have any questions regarding the recruiting process or how to apply through the Police Academy, please get a hold of me. My phone number is 870-1168. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Sergeant Lennox, and appreciate all you're doing. Thanks for the outstanding work to build better relationships between the city's youth, especially minority youth, and the Erie Police through things like the Police Athletic League. We're also doing a great job of encouraging more minorities to want to become police officers. We want our police force to look like the community, and the two of you are really making that happen, and I appreciate it very much. Once again, to find out more information about the virtual career fair, please visit the city's website and just search for Police and Fire Virtual Event. It's that time of year again. With winter right around the corner, we want to remind residents that winter parking regulations go into effect in 9 days on November the 1st. So that we do that so we can plow streets in neighborhoods. Winter parking regulation permit parking only on one side of these neighborhood streets, depending on the day of the week. Streets that are affected are posted with signs designated odd, even parking days. Generally, winter parking regulations are enforced weekdays from November 1st to March 31st, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So those are the hours you need to park on one side of the street or the other. Parking regulations will not be enforced on weekends unless there's a big snowstorm forecast for Saturday or Sunday. If that happens, we will make a declaration, notify the media that odd even parking continues that weekend. Please listen for that. As a reminder, since December and January both have 31 days, there are 2 consecutive days those months when residents will be parking on the same side of the street, since the 31st and the 1st of the following month are both odd numbers. We will also post reminders of these winter parking regulations on our social media and website a few times before they go into effect. Again, they go into effect, remember, on November 1st. Next, we want to announce another event this Saturday. The Drug Enforcement Administration has scheduled the National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day for this Saturday, October 24th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The front lobby of City Hall will be open this Saturday to once again serve as one of several sites around Erie County to collect prescriptions that the owners no longer want. Residents will be able to enter City Hall at the State Street doors between South Park Row and 7th Street. The service is free, anonymous, and no questions will be asked. Any medications you want to get rid of will be accepted, but please do not bring any needles or other sharp objects. They will not be accepted. There are 12 more take-back locations in Erie County, including the Erie County Courthouse and the Mercyhurst University here in the city. You can find drop-off locations for this event near you at this website, takebackday.dea.gov. Too often, unused prescription drugs can end up in the wrong hands, often causing injuries or death. We encourage people to drop them off on Saturday. Get rid of those prescriptions you don't need. We're proud to be part of this initiative. Immediately after Saturday's event, all collected materials will be delivered to the Drug Enforcement Administration for incineration. No medications will be collected by the Erie Police Department after the take-back event. Finally today, I'm very happy to report that we had another good week in LRTA applications. In the last 5 business days, there were 4 new LRTA permits issued, 2 residential and 2 commercial, in the amount of $691,747. The 2 residential permits totaled $88,454. They included interior renovations after a fire in the 700 block of Delaware Street and construction of a 12 by 20-foot gazebo at 1054 East 10th Street. The 2 commercial permits totaled $603,283. They included $13,293 for a new roof in the 1700 block of West 26th, and the big one this week was an investment of $590,000 by the Port Authority of Erie in a new concrete deck fishing pier near the East Bayfront Highway. So since July 3rd of last year, we've now had 213 LRTA applications totaling $82,379,666. I'm still hoping we can get to $100 million by the end of this year. That means we have to average about 1.8 million in new applications every week over the last 10 weeks of the year. So let's do it. That concludes today's press conference. Everyone who spoke is now available for interviews. Thanks very much.